Hey Dylan, what up, man? Okay, I got some time right now, so I'll give you a basic intro to what is guitar. It seems stupid, simple, whatever, but you know, if you're just starting, uh, it's great to have somebody to tell you what the hell a guitar is, what you can do with it, and the parts of the guitar. So this here is the body of the guitar. It's almost like a human. This is your body. This here is the neck, and that's the head. So this guitar here is a Epiphone Gibson Les Paul studio standard from 1998. It says Epiphone there. A little dirty there, a little dusty. But it says Gibson right here. To explain that, Epiphone is owned by Gibson. So Gibson would make Epiphones. So I got an Epiphone Les Paul. If I got a Gibson Les Paul, I probably would have paid a couple $1,000s more. So yeah, that's all that is. And this little thing here is just, well, I guess to explain it, is if you get one that's tight enough, it dampens your strings. So if you're playing, I don't know, and you accidentally hit a string, like that was just an example, but if you accidentally hit another string, it'll kind of dampen it for you, so your mistake is not coming through so well. Yeah, and then here, this is your toggle switch. The first pickup is on rhythm, and these two knobs control it. And then down here, your treble, you get more of a high-pitched sound when you're in your treble mode. And then these two knobs control that as well. I usually play on rhythm, unless I'm playing maybe some maybe Ozzy, maybe Randy Rhoads type stuff, soloing type stuff as well. Okay, yeah. So like I said, this is your neck. I believe this one's 24 frets. A fret is one space right here. It says 1, 2, 3. The dots on some other guitars they're dots. So they're on 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 15, 17, 19, 21, 22. Okay, this is a 22 fret guitar. I have one right there. That's 24 frets. It depends. 22, 24. It really doesn't matter. But it does matter if you're playing a song that requires the 23rd and 24th frets, I guess. But you can always improvise it because you see how I just did that there on the 6th string. That's another thing. The first string, it's always from high to low. But when you'll see a tab, it'll be low to high. But the first string on any guitar is the high E. So, but strumming it, like say if I'm strumming right now a G chord, it's the low E is the first string, the 6th string is an E, the 5th string is an A, the 4th string is a D, the 3rd string is a G, and the 2nd string is a D, and the first one is an E. So your first and your last string are E, and they should both sound the same. Well, you know, different high pitch, low pitch, but they have to be, okay, yeah, they sound alike. So yeah, like I said, it's high to low, but when you read a tab, they always say they'll say it low to high, and of course they have to explain the song, because if they're doing it from high to low, basically you'd be playing it backwards. So yeah, something else too about fuck, somebody just ran at my doorbell. Anyhow, I'm gonna tell you about the most. My dog's gonna start barking. Anyhow, the most overplayed chord in music history is the E chord. And all it is putting your fingers right there. You don't hit any other strings except the first two, which is 5th and 6th. And then you do a bar chord, it's the same thing right here. You're on the 5th string and the 4th string. That's a little bit thicker, deeper. But when guitar players do an E chord, a lot of times in their songs they'll use they'll make a power chord here at the 7th fret. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then up here at the 12th on the 6th and the 5th string is the same as what I just did on the 7th. Those 3 chords are the E chords. Now, they all sound the same, you see? Obviously the pitch is off, obviously, because you're going to go... So that's the first thing. Just the most overplayed chord in music history in general, I think, is the E chord. Then after that it would be the D chord. That's my favorite chord. I love that chord. It sounds amazing. Like you mentioned that you liked Nirvana. Kurt Cobain used a lot of what they call bar chords or power chords. Basically, every song has a power chord. Because if you know your power chords, you'll be able to play any song at all. The only person I can think of that didn't use power chords a whole lot was Jimi Hendrix. Because he was more of a blues man anyway. A lot of the bluesy stuff. He didn't do a lot of power chord stuff. Anyhow, a power chord is basically you're fretting one note and then you're moving up two steps, like 2 frets basically. So you can do one here, you can do one here, 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 here. You can do one up here. So yeah, every song has bar chords, what they call bar chords, or you might hear somebody say power chords. It depends on what it's in reference to. A good example of a chord changing song, to be honest with you, that I can think of off the top of my head is About a Girl by Nirvana. All Kurt's doing is strumming the E chord. Whoa, what the hell happened there? That's another thing, the G string, which is the 3rd string, on any guitar will always go out of tune. You can have a $10,000 guitar. That G string is going to go out of tune a lot. See now, fretting a note, it's not so bad. But yeah, to go back to the Nirvana thing, all he's doing is going... He's putting his 2 fingers right there on the 2nd fret, on the 4th and 5th string, strumming the whole thing, up, down, and then after that he's putting his third, well, I use my middle finger on the 3rd fret on the 6th string, and then my pointing finger on the 2nd fret at the 5th string, and then you put your ring finger on the 1st fret of the 3rd fret of the 1st string, and it goes back and just does that. So that's a good example actually of how chords work together. I'll just play something random off the top of my head. I don't know. You said you like the Beatles. Okay, a good Beatles example of how chords work and play together is Day Tripper. So Day Tripper goes. Then they get to go to a key change rather than being on the G. It'd be on the C. So yeah, when I say a key change, it means you're changing from, like I was just on the G there and then I went to the C. That's the C. So your 1st string is also an open E. If you don't want to go to the 7th, if you don't want to do that, or if you don't want to do this, these fast bands, when they palm mute with distortion, they'll go there, but a lot of times they won't. They'll just same thing. Same with the A. The A is the 5th string open, but this is also an A chord. Like I said, your bar chords, 1 fret. Just move your other finger up 2 frets on the string directly below the one that the first one you're fretting. So if you're fretting the 6th string at the 5th fret and you want to do a bar chord, then you want to go to the 7th fret on the 5th string. So basically it's the 6 and 5 with a 2 spread. AC AC/DC, another classic example of using chords like that, like TNT. TNT, and then the E chord. Dynamite. And then you could take that same notation that they did and just go. Blues. E chord. Like, that's another good band. AC/DC are incredible for coming up with chord passages, changes, whatnot. So I don't want to give you too much right now. I don't want you to take it all in so much, but yeah, you know, like I have out with me. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 of my guitars out, and the rest are back over there. But I like vintage instruments. I don't care much for newer ones. I'd rather, like, I have a 1975 right there. I have two 1960s in the room. But if you got yourself a good guitar and you know, like, each string's tuning is E, A, D, G, B, E. So the 6th string is an E. The 5th string is an A. The 4th string is a D. Yeah. And the 3rd string is a G. The 5th string is a B. And the 1st string is a E. And then after a while, once you get comfortable with tuning your guitar, a good way to check the sound is by going with your finger just on, hold down the 6th string at the 5th fret, go open, and then keep doing it. And then when it comes to the 4th, you got to go over to the 4, and then back again to the 5. Those notes should sound like they work good together, you know? Like, watch, watch. Now try, like I said, doing one of those power chords, bar chords. See how terrible it sounds? So they have to sound good. A little bit out. So there you go. So yeah, this is just a little intro for now. And then we'll go for if you get anything out of this or whatever, I'll gladly show you more. So take it easy, man.